If you're looking to grow your practice, then you have some questions, right? How do you grow your practice? Basically boils down to getting more patients into your chair, right? How do you get more patients into your chair? You need more leads. How do you get more leads? Now that one boils into a few questions that I'm going to ask you, right? And this is basically a framework from the marketing perspective, right? We're talking about leads coming into your practice and that being the ultimate driver of growing your business into an asset that can potentially one day be sold to private equity, right? So the idea is this is a systems-wide approach. This is how you're going to get leads. The first question I'll ask is, can they find you, right? Google is basically the most important impression that you want for your business right now. That's high intent, high demand. The demand is already there, so you're just capturing that demand, right? So you want to be on the top 3 results. Those are the money positions, right? Both organically and paid. Now, above the fold of Google is the Google local service ads, and those are pay per call. So when you set up a Google local service ads, you're going to qualify the call, whether that was a lead or not, and you'll be charged according to the leads that you've qualified. You're also being judged by how quickly you're answering those calls. Under that is the sponsored results, and that's pay per click, right? And this is also still all Google. Pay per click is basically when somebody clicks, you're paying for, the people that are converting a little bit differently than the people that are just having an impression, like they just see your name but they don't click through. So that's all judged accordingly. And then there's the organic local map. Within local map, there's also sponsored results that you're paying for, but organic map is basically looking at your Google business profile, your website, to see if those two match, and your reviews and the cadence of the reviews. If you got a bunch of reviews a long time ago and you didn't get anything in the last 3 months, even the last 3 weeks, Google is going to be weighing that. Now, while Google is demand capture, there's also demand generation, right? And that's coming through Meta and social media. And the demand generation is basically, I know, or Meta knows, and we're in the Andromeda algorithm era. The Andromeda algorithm of Meta ads understands that this person was looking for dentures for the last 3 weeks. So when you have an ad that says, are you above the age of 65 and looking for dentures? Meta knows exactly who to put that in front of. So while they're scrolling, right, and you have something that's really valuable for them and they stop and they listen, you've just generated a little bit of demand. And because they've watched a little bit more or even clicked into your website, there's a specific audience pool that person gets put into. And you can run a retargeting campaign just speaking to that individual person. Those people that have engaged, have showed that there's a little bit of interest there. Question number 2 is, do they trust you? People are looking for specific signals, and now it's become like our impulse to see whether this looks like spam or not, whether this is AI slop or not, right? People are looking at reviews, they're looking at real photos, they're looking at before and afters, and they're deciding whether I trust this business enough to do what I need to do right now. So you want your reviews above the fold, you want real photos, you want a form that's asking them all the important information that you need from them to get the ball rolling. And then you want to keep in contact with them, try to push them to the chair, and that's going to come next. So your website is your digital passport, and it has one job: to make sure that you look like somebody that is worth trusting. Question number 3 is, does anyone catch that lead? And this is basically the gap, right, between marketing and operations. There are a lot of systems that people are using for marketing, and then there's systems that people are using for their actual practice, right, the EHR, the EMR. And a lot of times these don't cleanly connect, right? And this is where you have your phone system, and then you have your review system, and then you have maybe your email in your inbox. And so when the ads are coming through to the phone system, people are calling direct, or they're submitting a request and it goes into the inbox, or they're sending a text message to the business line. A lot of these things start to be lost, right, in translation, and they fall through the gap. That's where the money is lost. It's in the gap of the handoff. So the solution for that really is to have one source of truth, where all of leads from every channel, phone call, website, direct, instant forms on Meta, that should all be landing in one place that acts as a mirror to your operations, so that anything that's junk stays in a junk folder. Anything that's, people that booked an appointment is in a different location, and those are the cream of the crop that get sent to your EMR. But that middle layer is the most important, right? It's the place where you're going to see the return on investment. Every lead has its source and it lands in one place. You get a text back in seconds, right? Not 5 minutes, not tomorrow. Missed calls are tracked and also sent text messages. It works while you're not at the office, and it keeps things organized. When you can see your leads in a way where you can track the actual dollar value back to the channel that brought that lead, that makes your marketing run as a system in a way where you can clearly and cleanly see what to invest in and what to try next. Question number 4 is, did they actually show up? Now, leads is one thing. Patient in the actual chair is another process altogether, right? This is the middle of the funnel again. Now, think about this as a systems gap, right? Because if somebody told you that they're going to come to your office and they're going to come at a specific time, then there's every indication that you should believe that they're going to come. Obviously, it's easier said than done, but when the system understands where the source came from and then can send them those reminders 24 hours out, 2 hours out, and then they no-show, and then that person automatically gets put into a no-show sequence to investigate why they didn't, you get more out of that. You'll be surprised how many people will say, oh, there was a conflicting schedule, or I forgot about it, or whatever the case may be. The idea is that you can still reactivate about 30% of those, right? 3 out of those 10 people that just didn't show up have a real valid excuse, and you'll get them back. So again, this is not one of those software clicks where it's just like, yeah, send text reminders. This is an entire system and a sequence that you're building so that what you're investing in at the top of the funnel is properly being managed as it moves into the funnel, right? So if they're not showing up, think about it as a systems gap, because that's something that you can cleanly create something that fixes that gap. My last question is, are they coming back? Right? Because that's the cheapest person to get in your chair, is one that you already have their information. You don't have to pay $200 for a click for them, right? These people are the ones that, after 5 years, are the ones that have spent well over $15,000 with you. So instead of completely focusing on just the top of the funnel and flooding you with leads, think about the patients that you already have. What is something that you can do? Obviously, you can ask for reviews and referrals, but you can also just stay top of mind, right? Be a valuable asset to them. Be someone that genuinely cares about their oral hygiene or their heart health or their fitness. These are things that are free and just make you a genuinely good, business, a good service provider. And by the virtue of that, they will refer you. They'll come back to you. They will be your loyal customers. So there's a lot of ways where you can create internal content to individuals that are already within your community. So think of yourself as a friend, right? People will come back to a friend. Now, when you put everything that I talked about, right, then you can see, how do I get leads? This is the answer to that. This is the quick summary, right? It's one funnel and it's a system. All right. You have the Google ads and local service ads. You have your Google business profile. You have your content and your meta ads. You have your website, all fueling into one source of truth, one management system that we use, which is called GoHighLevel. And we customize these GoHighLevels to fit according to the type of software stack that you're using and the type of workflows that you're running, as well as if other places, like other softwares that you're using also have workflows that you want integrated in a way, that's also possible. So the idea is that you have your sources tagged, you have text automations built in, you have everything piped by specific services and specific areas of specialty. You have your reminders there, your recalls, your reactivation, everything is a mirror back to your EHR so that your intake team works cleanly with your operations team. And this will allow you to see cleanly how much money was made per source of marketing. And this is the sort of thing that gives you the insights as a business owner to make decisions. I hope that wasn't too long-winded and confusing. Sometimes I confuse myself when I talk, but if you have any questions, please let me know in the comments and I'll see you in the next one.